That's the kind of a pitch that is relatively easy to block.
Count now is 3-1. Unplayed beginning to jump around just a bit for Cody Trask. You see Mark Suarez on deck. Nobody out. A good fastball on the inside corner for a strike. Full count, 3-2.
That pitch did catch the inside corner, but it wasn't where Frank Hinojosa wanted the ball to go, so Trask is having a little bit of trouble with his control. Again, setting up outside is Hinojosa.
Hit on one hop to the first baseman. He throws to third. There's no play there. He thought he made the catch in the air, but immediately the umpire at first went out with the hands flat because he picked it on one hop.
I think Eric Gomez just lost a little bit of track of what he was doing out there, because even if he had picked that ball in the air, his play would have been to second base for the force to double up Esteban Barrios.
Runners at the corners now. Still nobody out.
Miami catcher, Mark Suarez.
Here is Suarez. He has 7 hits so far in the tournament. He struck out his first time up. And a chance now for Miami really to try to punch a hole in this ball game a bit and build a lead. Every run you get with Fernando Rodriguez pitching is going to make it that much tougher to come back. In for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Again, we'll have to double check the official scoring, but I guess you'd have to give him the fielder's choice on the play. There you can see the Miami cheering section, led by the mothers of Jose Zabala and Luis Cabral. There's not very many of them, but they make a lot of noise. Tried to hold up. Did he go? Yes. 1-2 the count. They have coins inside of cans, and they are constantly in motion with a variety of chants when Miami is batting.
They've been shaking them all week long. They got to have the strongest arms in Boyerton right now. That's better than lifting weights.
Runners at first and third, nobody out. Trask in some trouble. Throws the breaking ball. Again, they'll appeal. No, not this time, says Scott Errett, the first base umpire. Wayne Morris is calling the balls and strikes. Tony Gasandi at second base, and Dave Lesko at third. Down the lines, Ken Scholl in left, and Glenn Wood in right. The umpiring crew. Hit hard, but foul. Way out in front and way out of sight. Not very far down these lines, Larry. If you can turn on a ball and keep it fair, it's only 320.
Well, the ball carries very well in this ballpark when the elements are the way they are tonight. Flags absolutely laying straight.
The count is 2-2. Breaking ball in the dirt, and that's going to allow the runner at first to move up.
But a break for Hinojosa, because that ball actually was behind him, and it hit home plate umpire Wayne Morris, which kept the ball from going back to the screen. See the breaking ball again short. Hinojosa goes down, it bounces over his chest, it hits Wayne Morris in his chest, but stays right there for Hinojosa. So a break for Chino.
And forces them to bring the infield in now with nobody out, already down 2 runs. They will bring everybody up, trying to cut this off. The count is 3 balls, 2 strikes. The bullpens are kind of hidden from our view down the line, so I'm not sure if there's any activity. There's no sense keeping anybody on the bench, because this is it, the championship game, and the bases are loaded. Without a hit, Miami has loaded the bases.
Cody Trask got a little bit out of sync on that last pitch, dropped his arm down, the body flew out ahead of him, threw across his body, and it was ball 4.
There is now activity. That's Steve Rodriguez, a right-hander, warming up. And with the bases loaded, down the line and fair. It'll head to the corner. 1 run is in. 2 runs will score. They're going to hold the runner at third. It's a 2-run double. Miro delivers a double and drives home 2. It's now a 4-0 ball game.
Trouble of his own making for Cody Trask with the 2 walks that loaded the bases. Gets a fastball into the wheelhouse of Roy Muro, who drives it down the right field line. Now, the value of having another umpire in the outfield, Glenn Wood, is right down there, able to make this call. That's down in the left-hander's power zone, down and in. And he knows what to do with it. He drills it just fair inside the right field line.
And Joe Marcos has to go to the mound as the right-hander Steve Rodriguez continues to warm up. Championship game of the 1994 American Legion World Series, and Florida has opened up a 4-0 lead. All of their hits, Larry, have been extra base hits. They don't have a single to show for it yet. A couple of doubles, a triple and a home run. The 2 walks plus the fielder's choice hurt him in this inning, loading the bases with nobody out. Still nobody out. 2 runs in, and Carregal coming to the plate.
Well, after the nice play by Eric Gomez on the pick of a ball in the dirt at first base, had they retired the hitter Mike Lopescao there, it makes a big difference because it gives you 1 out. You walk the next hitter, sets up the possibility of a double play. Changes the entire inning around.
But the inning as it's set up now, 2 runs have scored, and there are still runners at second and third with nobody out. Carregal, a flight out to center his first time up. Cabral moves on deck. Miami trying to have an inning and open up some daylight in this championship game. Popped in the air right side. Gomez makes the call, and in foul territory, the catch for out number 1. That's the kind of out you want with runners at second and third and nobody out.
Trying to keep the ball either on the ground if he can, get a strikeout if at all possible, or something short where the runners don't have a chance to advance.
4 runs on 4 hits so far for Miami. Cabral doubled but was out trying to make it a triple his first time up. Lifts this one down the right field line, but it will drop in foul territory and kick to the warning track.
I think what we've seen so far in the early part of this ball game is the difference between a pitcher and a thrower. Cody Trask, a little bit on the younger side, has a very good breaking ball, but he's not been able to locate his fastball, and he's had some trouble with that, just trying to throw it by people. Fernando Rodriguez, on the other hand, has moved the ball around very well, set some hitters up.
Well, Larry, part of the difference we talked about at the beginning of the ball game, you've got a 19-year-old pitcher with some experience in college against a young man who's going to be a junior, is only 16 years old.
And he's got a good arm. He's got the tools. Just needs to learn a little bit more about the art of pitching. I'm impressed with the arm. He's got a live arm.
No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runners at second and third. The infield is still in. It's grounded to second base. They're still getting out at first, and they get the run. Cutting it off was Paginaro, but he could only get the man at first. That allows the runner from third to score. Suarez makes it a 3-run inning. Staying put at second base is Muro. Cabral picks up an RBI, his 6th.
Well, a good example of the experience of a heady player right here. Bajanaro picks the ball up, knows that he's got no chance at home, but instead of trying a throw that won't be in time and cost them and keep him in still a bad position, he gets the easy out at first base for out number 2. Heady, good thinking.
Breaking ball in the dirt, bounces up there. Fernando Rodriguez with a solo home run. His first time up. 5-0 ball game now. 5 runs on 4 hits. Chino has been shut out on 2 hits through 4. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. Rodriguez had batted 8 times prior to tonight, had struck out 4 of those times and had 2 hits. He went deep, of course, his first time up.
The key is watch that left foot and watch which way that steps. That's an indication of the kind of hitter that he is. He showed you the open stance of Barrio striding towards the pitcher. Fernando kind of goes the other way.
1-2 the count. He is the 7th to bat in this 3-run 4th inning. Just sticks the bat out and slaps it foul. There remains a ball and 2 strikes. Cody Trask trying to battle his way through it and hope he gets some offense to back him up. He's already had Steve Rodriguez throwing behind him. Got him with a breaking ball for strike 3. The inning is over, but they add 3 to their total. We played 4 in Boyertown tonight. Florida 5, California 0. We'll move to the 5th in just a moment.
Retinitis pigmentosa is an inherited disease. At first, it's just hard to see at night. It's scary.
Then your peripheral vision begins to go. Eventually, even the light at the end of the tunnel may go out.
Worldwide, 1.5 million people have RP. At the RP Foundation Fighting Blindness, we're doing all we can to find a cure. Call us at 1-800-683-5555. Because working together, there is a cure in sight.
See that little black square on your Buick Park Avenue's key? It's worth a lot of money because it can save you a substantial amount on auto insurance. It's an electronic device that activates your ignition. You can drive your car, but a would-be thief cannot. You won't find this feature on Mercedes or Lexus. You will find it on Park Avenue from Buick, the new symbol for quality in America.
Baseball encourages team spirit, fair play, and loyalty for the home team. So does membership in the American Legion. That's why more and more Legionnaires are carrying the American Legion Visa cards. They know they're getting the best in credit card service while supporting the Legion's goals and helping their fellow veterans. Carry the American Legion Visa Gold and Classic Visa, because in life, as in baseball, you gotta have heart.
The American Legion Child Welfare Foundation has awarded more than $2 million in grants to aid the children of America. Areas like child abuse and neglect, drug abuse, and Rise syndrome are just a few of the concerns helped by the American Legion Child Welfare Foundation. You can help. Contact your local American Legion post. Together, you and the American Legion Child Welfare Foundation can make a difference in the future of America's children.
Welcome back to American Legion Baseball, the championship game of the World Series for 1994. We have reached the middle part of the ball game as we start the top of the 5th. First pitch is a called strike.
Second baseman, Jeff Bajanero.
Bajanero walked his first time up. Hits it on the ground through the left side. Good start for Chino here in the 5th inning. That's what they're going to have to do. They're going to have to start swinging the bat to get some base runners, move some people up. Down by 5.
Remember that they've still got 5 at-bats to go, so they don't have to get it all at once. They can chink away a little bit. Jeff Bajanero, an experienced player that knows his role. He took a hanging curveball and hit it into the hole. Didn't try to hit a 5-run home run with nobody on base. Just got his single and was happy with it.
Here's Rocky O'Brien. Struck out his first time up. Set a fastball upstairs for ball 1. O'Brien is also 16, also heading, he is 18, and he will be a senior at Ayala High School. He's a football player, we mentioned. Bouncer could be 2. Oh, lost control, and thus gets 1. It was made to order, but he just couldn't finish the job.
So Fernando just a bit casual on it, and the ball popped out of his glove, but he kept his composure, bent down and picked it up to still get one out. The ball sharply hit. He's thinking, too. It's right back at his head, and he says, well, I've got plenty of time, and then all of a sudden the ball slips.
That gives Chino, California, a runner in scoring position for the 2nd time in the ball game, and Travis McCall, a strikeout victim, 1 of 2 by Rodriguez. A bouncer right side and through. They're going to wave the runner home. We'll have another play at the plate. This one is in plenty of time, and the out recorded. Second time we have had a runner for Chino thrown out at the plate.
And you knew that Bajanero was going to lose this battle at home plate. A good throw by the right fielder again, Alex Miranda. But the 5'10", 165-pound Bajanero was not going to get much out of this confrontation with the very much bigger 6'4", 220-pound Mark Suarez. Little pushing action going on at the end as he held the ball up. Bajanero just frustrated because he was out by so much, never got close to home plate. Mark Suarez did a nice job blocking home plate.
And of course you see the reaction from Joe Marcos, trying to do everything he can, Larry, to get on the board, maybe get a run home. There's a called strike one. Cody Trask, a base hit his first time up. He was also thrown out the plate. 2 runners for California have been cut down at home. 2 assists for Alex Miranda.
I'm a 2-hopper on that throw, but still right on target. And plenty of time to get Bajanero.
A 1-1 pitch is away. It's 2 balls and a strike. It's a good-looking athlete for a 16-year-old at 6'2", 190 pounds, huh?
Boy, I'm telling you. I don't think I was shaving at 16. He's got a goatee.
Bouncer up the middle. There's one at second that will end the inning. Another runner gunned down at home plate at the midway point tonight in Boyertown, PA. Florida leading California in the championship game of the '94 American Legion World Series 5-0.
We interrupt regular cable programming to bring you a special offer. Cable caps. Right now, only 1,000 sets of limited edition cable caps are available in your area and only through your cable company. To get your caps, have your parents call and order the Disney Channel, HBO, or Cinemax. Upgrade installation is free. Order now and you'll also receive a cable cap slammer and qualify to win a solid gold slammer. Don't miss out on this special one-time offer. Call 591-9571 now.
Relax. It's Anaheim Patio and Fireside's Labor Day end of summer clearance sale. Every floor model is reduced. Super summer savings on top name patio furniture like Brown, Jordan, and Tropitone. Save on all styles from teak to cast aluminum, wrought iron, and even gas barbecues. Now through Labor Day, save an additional 10% off our already reduced sale prices. Now's the time to save at Anaheim Patio and Fireside's Labor Day end of summer clearance sale. Rush on down to Anaheim Patio and Fireside's 3 locations because, as everyone knows, you can't relax without the proper equipment.
When you're active, your body heat increases
15 or 20 times.
You become dehydrated.
As soon as 30 minutes.
You lose fluids.
Up to 2 quarts of sweat per hour.
But more than anything else, you get thirsty. Gatorade Thirst Quencher.
Drink it.
No other beverage enters the bloodstream faster and rehydrates you better.
Chug it.
Nothing quenches a deep down body thirst better.
Scientifically tested, athletically proven.
Gatorade Thirst Quencher.
It's gotta be Gatorade.
Keith told us that he would never, ever get a chance to meet Ken Griffey, and Make-A-Wish has granted that for him.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you? It's maybe the only wish that he ever has. And it's like, yeah, I've never turned anyone down, and I won't, because you never know how long they have.
Anything you want to know?
Keith said the only thing I want from you is a bat, and he wanted to toss. Those are the only 2 things that he wanted. It's an experience that you can't forget.
Is this your favorite player right here?
Yes.
You picked a good one.
This is the championship game of the 1994 American Legion Baseball World Series. California and Florida have had a lot of success over the years in American Legion Baseball. This is the 69th year of American Legion Baseball, and right now it's Florida on top, 5-0. Top of the order for the bottom of the 5th inning. 5 runs on 4 hits for Florida. They've had all extra base hits, 2 doubles, a triple, and a home run. 4 singles thus far for California.
You know, as you look through the major league rosters in baseball and wonder at the preponderance of California and Florida players, these are the reasons right here. They have the amateur programs that play all year round, that get more at-bats, that get more innings pitched, and the players have more of a chance to develop.
And if you look at this Miami, Florida team, all but 3 of their players have Cuban backgrounds. Although only 1 was born in Cuba, the others were all born in the United States, in Florida. and their parents very much concerned with the recent activities in that part of our country. But also interesting to talk to Carlos Hernandez Jr. They speak only English out on the field. However, when they're running the bases, they will use Spanish because they figure it gives them an edge over the teams that they're playing. Bouncer to first. And Zabala is out number 1.
It was kind of interesting. He said English is the dominant language. That's what the players talk to each other. However, when they're on the base paths, they will talk in Spanish just so the other club can't pick up what they're doing.
Hits are even at 4 apiece, but Florida leading 5-0 here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
And I got to tell you, John, that really surprises me that they only have 4 hits and we've only scored 5 runs. I thought it was going to be more like a 12-10 game.
The bunt dribbles foul off the bat of Alex Miranda. Miranda had a sacrifice fly in the 1st inning as he followed up Zabala's triple with a sacrifice fly into right center. Struck out his 2nd time up. He's not sure they called it foul. And the ump says, when I throw my hands in the air like that, it means foul ball. So Wayne Morris brings
Then they'll tell him in Spanish, and then he'll know for sure.
We're in the bottom of the 5th. Florida coming the tough way back after that 19-9 loss. In the 3rd game, the winner's bracket game, their matchup with Chino, they were defeated by 10 runs. That meant they had to battle back. They eliminated Blissfield of Michigan, team from your area, Larry, that had such a good tournament. In an elimination game last night, they had to come back in the 1st game earlier today and beat Salem for the 2nd time in the tournament to win the right to play for the title, and they lead by 5. 1-2 the count.
This will be pitch number 80 for Cody Trask, which is a pretty high number for only 4 1/3 innings.
Fly ball to right off the bat of Miranda. Travis McCall takes care of out number 2. So Miranda, who had the best regular season batting average on the team at .435, heads back to the bench, and that'll bring up Esteban Barrios. The power man with 6 homers and 21 runs batted in the tournament, but 0 for 1 tonight. He was part of that 3-run 4th inning when he walked, moved up on one of 2 wild pitches in the inning. Looks at the first pitch for ball 1. The 2 wild pitches, the 2 walks, and the decision by the first baseman to try to get a runner at 3rd that was a fielder's choice that helped load the bases. Those are the things that really hurt. If you do that, Larry, all it takes is 1 key hit and you're in trouble.
Earl Weaver always said you have 27 outs in a ball game. You can't afford to give up outs. You can't afford to give up extra base runners. And when you get yourself in trouble, walking the first hit of the inning in particular, it generally leads to something bad. Gomez had a bit of a brain cramp on a solid line drive that he speared on 1 hop, but then was unsure of what to do with the ball.
Both the runners that he walked in that 4th inning, Barrios and Suarez, came around to score. And as you well know, Larry, from your days pitching in the major leagues, that happens way too often, doesn't it?
Pat Corrales told me one time something like 86% of the runners that are walked to lead off the game, to lead off an inning, end up scoring.
Beautiful location with that fastball. The count is full at 3-2.
And John, you know I'm not too much on statistics. I don't care that much about the percentages, but when the odds are that much in your favor or against you when you do something in particular, it's something you have to pay attention to.
You try real hard not to walk the first guy. Kicks away from the catcher. It's ball 4. Second time that Barrios has walked. 3rd walk of the ball game for Trask, who has struck out 6 thus far, hasn't he? But the 3 walks have been costly. The 2-out walk here to Barrios. Mike Lopez-Cao comes up. Reached on a fielder's choice, moved up on a wild pitch, and scored 1 of the 3 runs in the 4th inning. We're now in the 5th. Lopez-Cao is 0 for 2. The breaking ball is in for strike 1. 0-1 the count. 2 outs, 1 on. These young men from Miami, 3 straight years, have been the Florida State champions in American Legion Baseball. And the 2nd straight trip, as you mentioned, for this team to the World Series. They were in Roseburg, Oregon last year. And if you look on the back of their helmets, the name Casey is on there. So the young man they met and befriended in Roseburg last year and exchanged T-shirts and hats and jackets with him. And they are remembering Casey here tonight as they get another chance at the national championship, a World Series title in the American Legion.
Nice little tribute to see a young group of men, 16 to 19 years of age, that befriended a handicapped youngster out there and remembered it for the entire year. Quite a tribute to the relationships that are formed in tournaments of this nature.
In 2 years, this tournament will be back in Roseburg. Popped up left side. Rasmussen out, makes the play, and the side is retired. We have played 5 tonight. Championship game of the American Legion World Series, 5-0. Florida leading California.
If you're going to come out to play, you better not fake it.
Kick it! Quench it! Gatorade in the house! Quench it! Come on! Kick it like that! Kick it! Quench it! Quench it like that! Kick it! Quench it!
Quench it with Gatorade. Nothing helps you go longer or stronger.
Kick it! Quench it! Kick it! Word up! Quench it! Come on! Come on! Kick it like that! Gotta get me Gatorade! Quench it like that! Give me some!
It's gotta be Gatorade.
Kick it!
Sure is great to see interest rates headed up again, isn't it? I heard about an annuity paying a really competitive bonus rate now for American Legion members and their families. Your money's not all locked up either. You can withdraw up to 10% every year. It's called the American Legion Annuity from Jackson National Life. They're a big insurance outfit. That interest rate sure sounds good to me. Check it out in your American Legion magazine.
Attention prospective college students. Future plans fuzzy? Looking for money to help? Sources of little-known grants, colleges, and career development possibilities can be found in the American Legion's Need-A-Lift. Need-A-Lift is a source of information and a whole lot more. If your high school doesn't have a copy, order your own for just $2 from National Emblem Sales. Post Office Box 1050, Indianapolis, Indiana, 46206. Let Need-A-Lift carry you into the future.
Silent. Dark. That's the world that a person with Usher syndrome faces. It's an inherited disease. Children are born with little or no hearing and then slowly lose their sight from RP. Retinitis pigmentosa. Gradual blindness. To find out more or to help, call us. Because working together, there is a cure in sight.